Welcome. I want to talk about the prior and inquire into what this word points to. As with many non-dual words, prior has two definitions. Firstly, although no word can describe this, the word prior attempts to point to all there is and is synonymous with the word wholeness. There is only immediacy. But in the context of this video, I'll be pointing to the prior as a resonance of clear seeing without touching, which is a dropping of interest in reference to time. Simply seeing phenomenon as it appears and disappears. Only when we feel a curiosity to do so. This resonance doesn't have to be maintained. And as we spend more time here, we begin to see that the prior maintains itself effortlessly, no matter what state is arising. In the prior, there's a freshness that exists before labels, ideas, and strategies rush in. Paul Hederman calls it the before. It's also described as the witness, or the ground of being. Here, even the act of naming is already too late to the party. This is a direct and non-conceptual actuality, where conclusions are free to arise, but there is no guarantee that they will find a foothold. And expectations appear to ask for the gift of belief, so they can seem solid and real. Life is a dynamic flow of unowned action. What is happening is already gone, already shape-shifted by the time a thought tries to grasp or claim it. We can notice how thought reacts to what is gone, attempting to stretch out appearances in a timeline that doesn't exist, always claiming and summarizing, forever referencing the last flicker. The sense of self is this frantic, energetic pushing and pulling, ever an afterthought, reporting on a show that's already faded into instantaneous ungraspability. The more we can withstand the resonance of the prior, the more the drive for conclusions, certainty, and self-identification weakens. A natural curiosity can appear, not for what this thought could mean, but for what is. The shimmering, elusive actuality at the heart of existence. It's a clean seeing, disentangled from the net of conditioning and projections of what was before and what comes next. To spend time marinating in this prior is to remain ever on the trembling threshold of now. And in this, every thought is free, welcomed, and given the limelight for a fleeting instant. It doesn't matter what it seems to say. It's ultimately just a play that says nothing about you. The prior, or the witness state, is a gentle resting back, a diffused gaze that surveys the dance of sensation, sound, sight, and thought, without trying to grip or control. Where symbols are seen, without chasing them or pushing them away. A cleansing space is fostered. There's nothing to do here but sensitively notice. Old beliefs and patterned reactions come up to be seen and begin to unwind, not through force, but as if washed in the light of awareness. In this timeless space, all is free to come and go. And as we withhold interest, we sober up from the addiction to thought and the pseudo sense of control it promises. When we find ourselves with a curiosity for this direct noticing, we find synchronistic opportunities to bask in the prior throughout the day. It's like a powerful, radiant incubator, offering a creative tension, humming with the potentiality of intuitive insights. Here, it's possible to discern a thought for a thought, a perception as a perception. There's a palpable, fiery, and fertile ground where awareness can directly discover that it's no longer enchanted or ensnared by what the mind symbolically claims. The generational curse of second-hand knowing can begin to liquefy before our unowned eyes, and there will be no returning from that. When interest organically reorients from conceptual to actual, the season of discernment dawns. A newfound magnetic pull to directly investigate. We can ask, as if for the first and last time, what is this, truly, now? And expect no worthy answer, at least not made of words. An all-consuming, blazing honesty is approached. No symbol can capture this primordial aliveness. what becomes available is a willingness to see the emptiness, groundlessness, and the wild futility of all phenomena, but with an open wonder, not a negotiating aversion. The heart opens to the vibrant, untamed, innocent aliveness, pulsing as sensational presence. The world can suddenly be seen as impersonal rawness, unfathomably surreal, yet deeply intimate. From this pregnant space, there can come a sudden and quiet realization. I'm not the thinker, and the I thought is just another ripple in this solid prior. And even this is seen to be just another thought, a mere pointing that fails to refer to this unspoken obviousness. The urge to claim, orient, or conclude reveals itself as an empty ancestral habit, an automatic, empty survival function. No one decided to be confused, to self-reference, to suffer. And without the belief in autonomy or the knowing of anything at all, life still lives fully, magically. Everything is simply happening. Nature expressing as this energy of striving and seeking for the sake of the journey itself, for play, for the love of experience. There can be a mind-boggling recognition that destination is all there is. When the resonance of the prior gives birth to the insight of no self, we begin to have compassion for what appears as this body-mind and others. We can admire the stunning innocence of it all, whether confused or clear, broken or equanimous. There can arise a melancholic beauty in this limited futility, this seeming to be human. You can meet yourself and others not as entities that need to be fixed, but as life itself, valid, empty, pure, playful, like the cycles of a tree, the song of morning birds, the rise and fall of your own moods and thoughts can be experienced as glimpses of liberated expression in and as the vast sanctuary of the prior. Was there ever anything to do about what appears? Is there time to do it? And who could do such a thing? We can see that sentient knowing and conceptual not knowing already coexist as the truest wisdom. The mind will say it's not interested in noticing. And even if you try to cultivate this resonance, thoughts will nonchalantly say, "Ugh, this is boring. So what? This isn't giving me anything." Well, exactly. This isn't for that which you have taken yourself to be. This is surrender of the ideas of gaining or adding to yourself. This is a loss of what was false. The mind is hiding a deep terror of its own demise. It wants to keep up the act. Because if I die, who will protect life? But life doesn't need protecting. The knowledge of survival is primordial. It is what is breathing the lungs right now. What drives your car around town? What knows exactly how to respond to a happy stranger telling you good morning without a single premeditated thought? Infinite intelligence is already spontaneously living all of life. It's all there is. And there are vast implications to recognizing it that are directly lived. This unnameable radiance, what you truly are, it can be trusted. And there is no pressure to take the backward step. You are that magnificent that you can spend a whole lifetime pretending to be lost and never blink an eye. You can never not be you, no matter what seems to arise as confusion or suffering. It's dust in the wind to you. But if you feel the natural urge to see through the matrix of identity, it's safe to risk the backward step. Because empty awakeness is already all there is. Allow the prior to unmake you, to unstitch the web of selfhood, until only unspeakable openness remains. Find a home in what can never be conceptually known, only lovingly witnessed. The silent music of the before. the unborn freshness of the prior. There was never a need to know. Ask yourself now, is there a need to know? You already know the answer. And you have the capacity to feel the full-on futility and release that that answer can bring. Here you are, already whole, already true, already wonder, effortlessly shape-shifting into innumerable forms. To recognize the unbound nature of life, you must be willing to lose it first. Then life can show itself for what it is, not in symbols, but directly. You have always been this sacred paradox, as unfathomable awakeness.